Russia has just made a shocking announcement, attracting the attention of the whole world despite the ongoing geopolitical tensions and conflicts. The country has once again affirmed its position on the international stage with the announcement of the MiG-41, its most advanced fighter jet. The MiG-41 is not just a new fighter jet, but also a symbol of Russia's military technological strength and ambitions. With a development cost of up to $300 million, the MiG-41 promises to revolutionize air combat and create new standards in this field. So, what makes the MiG-41 so special? What capabilities does it have that can surpass its predecessors? Watch this video to explore more deeply the groundbreaking features and potential power of the MiG-41, the new masterpiece of the Russian defense industry. Promises to be a super step forward in aerial combat and shape the future of conflicts in the skies. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Russia was in the process of developing a super fighter jet. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, the country did not have the resources to develop advanced fighter jets, and it seemed unnecessary to have them. However, as the 21st century approached, the world landscape began to change rapidly, and the international aviation industry was no exception. These changes were not limited to technology, but also had a profound impact on the global geopolitical situation. In this context, Russia realized that it could not stand aside, especially when military threats were becoming increasingly complex and unpredictable. Therefore, the Russian government began to reinvest heavily in the defense industry, with the aim of restoring and improving its defense capabilities. Faced with new challenges, maintaining and protecting the territory became a top priority, forcing Russia to act quickly. It was in this context that projects to develop fighter aircraft such as the MiG-41 began to take shape, marking Russia's strong return to the global military technology map. In April 2013, a very important meeting was held in the State Duma, the legislative body of the Russian government. This meeting focused on the issue of the MiG-31, a famous Russian interceptor. During the discussion, delegates expressed concern that more than 30% of Russia's airspace was no longer protected by the Air Force, which posed great risks to national security. These unprotected areas are mainly located in the Far East and the Arctic, where geopolitical tensions are growing uncontrollably. The lack of airspace protection in these regions prompted important discussions on the importance of long-range interceptors such as the MiG-31. The delegates realized that the MiG-31 could be the perfect solution to all the problems they were facing, especially in the context of increasing external threats. Although the MiG-31 has been out of production since 1994, the old fighter has been in the spotlight again in recent years. There are several reasons behind Russia's decision to restart production. The MiG-31BM is one of the new variants of the MiG-31, a two-seat, all-weather, supersonic long-range interceptor fighter that dates back to the Soviet era. It is a multi-role, high-speed, long-range fighter capable of attacking both air and ground targets. The MiG-31BM has upgraded avionics, using HOTAS joysticks, multifunction liquid crystal displays, powerful onboard computers, digital data links, and electronically scanned array radars. It is considered the most effective interceptor version of the MiG-31. According to Russian media, the MiG-31BM is one of the few Russian fighters that can intercept and shoot down low-altitude cruise missiles. It can be equipped with a variety of Russian air-to-air and air-to-surface missiles. Notably, the aircraft is capable of simultaneously intercepting 24 targets. The Russian Air Force has about 252 MiG-31s in reserve. Moscow began upgrading this Foxhound fighter to the MiG-31BM and BSM variants in 2010. Currently, Russia has 3 MiG-31BM regiments operating 90 aircraft of this type. The MiG-31BM is considered one of the most powerful variants of the MiG-31 interceptor family. It has proven to be superior to other types of fighters deployed in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, such as the Su-30SM and Su-35S, although these two types of aircraft have caused many losses to the Ukrainian army during combat. Ukrainian pilots and many military experts admit that Russia's Su-30SM and Su-35S are completely superior to Ukrainian Air Force fighters. But for Ukraine, in the battle in the sky, the priority is not to gain air superiority, but to prevent attacks by Russian fighters using a range of air defense systems. Ukraine deploys medium and long-range air defense systems, such as the S-300 and Buk M1, forcing Russian fighters to fly at altitudes below 4,500 meters, making them vulnerable to mobile air defense systems. Russia is believed to have lost at least one Su-35S and 11 Su-30SMs on the battlefield. While some military experts are skeptical about the effectiveness of the Su-30SM and Su-35S, they believe that the MiG-31BM is a fighter with undeniable power and effectiveness. The MiG-31BM is especially formidable when combined with the long-range R-37M surface-to-air missile. This combination has brought many advantages to the Russian Air Force. Up to now, there has been no information or report about the MiG-31BM being shot down in combat. According to a recent study by the Institute for Defense and Security Studies under the British Ministry of Defense, the Russian Air Force's defensive patrols have proven highly effective in dealing with Ukrainian fighter jets. The MiG-31BM fighter, combined with the long-range R-37M surface-to-air missile, caused serious problems for Ukrainian pilots. The RUSI report said that the Su-27, the best interceptor of the Ukrainian Air Force, could not match the MiG-31 in terms of altitude, speed, or range. The MiG-31 can travel at Mach 2.5 for a short time and fly at an altitude of about 18 kilometers, with a range of more than 700 kilometers. In addition, the R-37M missile has a range of 300 kilometers with a speed of more than 7,400 kilometers per hour. In contrast, the R-27 missile used by the Ukrainian Su-27 can only shoot down targets located 50 kilometers away. Experts at RUSI admit that, thanks to its extremely high speed, effective range, and seeker designed to attack targets at low altitudes, the R-37M becomes an extremely difficult missile to shoot down. This gives the Foxhound many advantages over Ukrainian fighters, allowing them to fire at any airborne target and quickly evade enemy air defense systems. In addition to the MiG-31BM, Russia also uses another variant of the MiG-31, equipped with the Kh-47 Kinzhal hypersonic missile, to attack targets during the military campaign in Ukraine. That is the MiG-31K. According to Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, the MiG-31BM was initially designated as the fighter carrying the Kinzhal hypersonic missile, but after a review process, the country's military chose the MiG-31K. The Kh-47 Kinzhal missile is said to have a range of 2,000 kilometers. It can carry a fragmentation warhead weighing nearly 500 kilograms or a 500 kiloton nuclear warhead, 33 times more powerful than the atomic bomb the US dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. The missile can travel at speeds of 5 to 12 times the speed of sound and flies on a flatter trajectory than a standard ballistic missile, leaving enemy air defenses with very little time to react. In addition, the missile is very difficult to intercept due to its maneuverability at all stages of its flight. The Kh-47 Kinzhal can accurately attack both stationary and moving targets with the help of a radar search system. Earlier on March 19th, Russia announced that it had used a Kinzhal missile to destroy an arms depot in the village of Delyatin in the Ivano-Frankivsk region of western Ukraine, marking the first time hypersonic weapons have been used in combat. Since the Kinzhal missile can only be used by aircraft flying at high altitudes and at extremely high speeds, the MiG-31K interceptor fighter is considered the most suitable. Russia has increased the deployment of MiG-31K aircraft in the Kaliningrad region as part of its strategic deterrence measures against the West. Russia's stealth aircraft power does not stop there. In addition to the MiG-31, the Sukhoi Su-57 is another milestone in Russia's military aviation industry. Developed from the PAK-FA program in the 1990s, the Su-57 is Russia's first modern stealth fighter. With stealth capabilities, high speed, and carrying a variety of weapons, the Su-57 joined the Russian Air Force in December 2020. In June 2019, the Russian Defense Ministry and the Sukhoi company signed a contract, a according to which the first 76 Su-57 aircraft will be completed by 2027. Expected to equip 3 regiments deployed in 3 strategic regions of Russia, located in the northwest, southwest, and the Far East. With aircraft currently in service, such as the MiG-31 BSM and Su-35, Russia is fully capable of dealing with the most modern U.S. fighter jets, such as the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II. The Su-57 was built by Russia to counter the aircraft being developed by the U.S. for the future, the 6th-generation fighter of the U.S. Air Force, much more powerful than the F-22. The experimental Su-57 model uses the Izdeliye 117 jet engine. The mass-produced Su-57 version uses the Izdeliye 30 jet engine, providing 30% more thrust, allowing the aircraft to operate at altitudes of up to more than 21 kilometers above sea level. The Su-57 is 19.8 meters long, has a wingspan of 13.5 meters, a height of 4.74 meters, an empty weight of 18 tons, a maximum takeoff weight of 35 tons, a fuel load of 10.3 tons, and a weapons load of 8 tons. It can reach a maximum speed of Mach 2, supercruise at Mach 1.6, a maximum supersonic range of 1,500 kilometers and 4,500 kilometers when carrying maximum internal and external fuel, service ceiling of 20 kilometers. Similar to the F-22, the Su-57 fuselage integrates a number of special sensors, allowing it to detect and warn of enemy missile attacks. But more than the F-22, both the upper and lower fuselages of the Su-57 are equipped with additional laser devices capable of blinding the guidance heads of infrared-guided missiles. To meet the criteria of multi-role defense and attack, including high super-maneuverability, with more limited stealth compared to the F-35 and F-22, but equipped with modern electronic warfare technologies, allowing the aircraft to avoid attacks by long-range air-to-air missiles, engage in combat within the limits of long-range visibility or close combat. This capability has not been achieved by any fighter aircraft in the first prototype design, including the F-35. The Su-57 is capable of carrying a large payload of 14 types of air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons, including 10 air-to-air missiles, the most advanced new models such as the R-37M and K-77 hypersonic long-range missiles. Compared to the original, the R-37M has been updated with many new features and technologies, notably the guidance system, operating in 2 modes, active and semi-active. The K-77 belongs to the R-77 medium-range missile line, but has surpassed the threshold and become a long-range missile, capable of attacking air targets about 192 kilometers away, 1.75 times the old range of the R-77, speed 4.5, interception ceiling from 20 meters 25 kilometers. SEACAB-250 bomb, smart bomb, designed specifically for Su-57 with memory containing images of the target to be attacked, with most of the flight path under the control of the inertial guidance system and the ability to adjust by satellite positioning signals. At the end, the head is guided by images and by thermal sensors. Missiles attacking ground and surface targets are anti-radar missiles with passive radar homing heads, Kh-58 USH-KE, with a range of 250 kilometers. The broadband target homing head counters the enemy's radar homing system by continuously switching frequencies, which can knock out the enemy's radar homing system even in the event of an emergency power outage. Among the air-to-ground missiles created for Su-57, there is the Kh-38M multi-purpose short-range missile. One of the advantages of the Kh-38M is that it can be equipped with self-guided heads and warheads according to combat missions, destroying enemy forces, infantry equipment, fortified structures, and surface warships. The Kh-31 long-range air-to-surface missile includes 2 variants, of which the Kh-31P anti-radar missile with a range of 250 kilometers and the Kh-31A anti-ship missile with a range of 150 kilometers are also integrated into the Su-57. Almost all of the high-precision ammunition listed above have been tested in Syria on the Su-57. In the future, the Su-57 will be equipped with the KS-172 long-range missile with a range of 400 kilometers, a world record for the range of an air-to-air missile. At the same time, according to the Russian State Armament Program for 2018-2027, the Su-57 will be equipped with hypersonic missiles with characteristics similar to the invincible Kinzhal missile, which cannot be detected by current air defense systems. A new pilot rescue system has been developed specifically for the Su-57, including an ejection seat and an anti-overload flight suit. In addition, the tests of the communications system are being completed, the structure and operation of which are significantly different from the previous ones. Advanced high-speed data transmission technology and new network solutions have been applied. The Su-57 itself is also very difficult to detect on radar systems because it is covered with a special wave-absorbing paint. The Su-57's guided and unguided weapons are hidden in compartments inside the aircraft to minimize detection by radar. Compared to previous generations, the Su-57 combines the functions of an attack aircraft and an interceptor fighter, using many composite materials, applying advanced technologies and aerodynamic structures, with the aim of ensuring less radar and infrared reflection, giving the Su-57 superiority over its opponents. It is considered by the Russian president to be the best military aircraft in the world. With new generation attack weapons, the Su-57 will be able to suppress enemy air defenses and attack extremely powerful air and ground targets, contributing to enhancing the combat capabilities of the Russian Air Force, Space Forces. However, with the development of technology and the need to protect airspace, Russia saw the need to develop a new, more modern aircraft. In April 2013, an important meeting in the Russian State Duma discussed the state of unprotected airspace and the importance of long-range interceptors such as the MiG-31. This led to consideration of developing a new aircraft, opening the PAC-DP program in 2017 with the goal of introducing the MiG-41 by 2025. Information about the MiG-41 has been around since 2010, when artist Alexander Yardzov shared images of a futuristic aircraft inspired by the MiG-21. In 2014, Russian politician Alexander Tarnov referred to the MiG-41 as an improved version of the MiG-31. However, most of the information about the MiG-41 comes from theories and speculations of the media and experts. According to Ilya Tarasenko, the chief designer of MiG, the development of the MiG-41 began in 2018. The aircraft will likely be upgraded to become an autonomous aircraft and capable of flying into space, but official information about its supersonic capabilities remains controversial. There is currently very little information about the aircraft that Russia is building. The design of the aircraft is said to be completed in 2019. This could be Russia's 5++ generation stealth fighter, or possibly the 6th generation that is being developed to replace the current MiG-31 fighter. Russian press reports say the MiG-41 may resemble the 5th generation stealth fighter Su-57 in terms of configuration. There has been no public debut or display of this aircraft. However, some images or renderings show that the aircraft has a round-wing stealth design, combined with vertical tail fins unlike those seen on the US F-22, F-35, or Russian Su-57 stealth aircraft. The MiG-41's strength lies in its ability to perform missions in space, operating at altitudes between the stratosphere and troposphere, where air density is relatively low. In addition to its special structure, the weapons and combat and communication systems equipped for this aircraft must be special and resistant to weather conditions in space, as well as extreme vibrations at high altitudes. The MiG-41 will be capable of carrying anti-satellite missiles, and Russia also plans to launch small satellites into low orbit from this aircraft. The MiG-41 is expected to deploy a new generation of air-to-air weapons, and while the R-37 used by the current Foxhound interceptors has a range of 400 kilometers and a 60 kilograms warhead, the modernized version R-37M developed by the Vimpel State Machine Building Design Bureau, named after Toropov, has a length of 4.06 meters, a launch weight of 510 kilograms, a 60 kilogram fragmentation warhead, and a target hitting altitude of 15 meters to 25 kilometers. The missile has a dual-mode solid propellant engine and a combined inertial guidance system through radio correction and active radar with a navigation function in the terminal phase of flight, allowing the pilot to fire on the fire and forget principle. The R-37 and the future R-37M missiles will allow this fighter to attack targets at a distance of over 300 kilometers. There is information that the missile of the new interceptor will be significantly faster and have a range of nearly 600 kilometers. Most likely the MiG-41 weapon, with an estimated range of 700 to 1,300 kilometers, will be hidden inside the fuselage. While the R-37's Mach 6 speed may not be enough to threaten longer-range supersonic aircraft like the upcoming US SR-72, if the new air-to-air missile for the MiG-41 can exceed Mach 14, it could pose a serious threat to supersonic targets. Riafan News Agency revealed that the MiG-41 fighter will have unparalleled combat capabilities thanks to a new laser defense system that can neutralize incoming missiles by burning and destroying them before they reach the aircraft. According to some sources, the MiG-41 fighter will not focus too much on stealth because the laser defense system will compensate for this feature. Instead, the design of the aircraft will focus on maneuverability and weapons load to create overwhelming firepower over the enemy. Recently, there have been reports that Russia is developing a directed energy weapon that could be integrated into new fighter jets, including the MiG-41. In July 2020, Russian media reported testing of an electromagnetic pulse cannon. The main means of generating such pulses is the explosion of a nuclear weapon, although non-nuclear EMP weapons have been deployed by a number of countries. These EMPs have a much smaller range than nuclear EMPs, but are capable of severely affecting all magnetic materials and rendering everything from computers to fighter jets inoperable. If powerful enough, they can directly damage trees, buildings, and other non-magnetic targets. Developing a weapon that directs energy waves similar to EMP in one direction, an EMP cannon, would provide Russia with a potentially revolutionary weapon that could be used against a range of targets from aircraft to radar stations. Such weapons would be particularly useful if operated in space by aircraft such as the MiG-41, which are designed to fly outside the atmosphere. Because unlike cannons or rockets, energy weapons are recoilless, meaning they are easier to fire in a vacuum than missiles or guns. A smaller EMP cannon could be used as an anti-drone weapon, with electromagnetic attacks being very effective at disabling drones. This would be particularly valuable as Western powers look to develop a new generation of unmanned combat aircraft and move to rely more heavily on unmanned platforms, from surface combatants to reconnaissance jets. Depending on how cost-effective it is, Russia could build directed energy weapons that can be integrated into a variety of platforms, from short-range air defense systems to older fourth-generation fighters. In that context, the PAC-DP project is one of the programs that was carried out in secrecy, the cause of controversy related to the technical characteristics of the aircraft. The Top War website posted an image of an aircraft model believed to be the MiG-41, with an elliptical air intake located in front of the aircraft's nose, similar to the MiG-21. Under the aircraft's belly, there are 3 to 4 circular stations that could be sensors of the laser defense system. Other graphic images of the MiG-41 show that it has a relatively short fuselage, is equipped with only one engine with 2 vertical tails, and the most special feature is that its nose looks very similar to the MiG-21. Analysts say that the idea of creating a specialized interceptor fighter has become obsolete because modern means are the best way to destroy air targets at long distances. The global trend in recent decades has been to abandon specialized aircraft and develop multi-role fighters. But a high-speed interceptor is perfectly suited to Russia's geographical conditions and could be an exception to this general trend. Some Russian sources claim that the MiG-41 interceptor will be delivered to the Russian Air Force and Space Force in the mid-2020s. However, many analysts believe that the MiG-41 will hardly take off until mid-2020, but will have to wait until 2035 or even 2040 to be operational and delivered to the Russian Air Force. According to some experts, the MiG-41 fighter will be costly for Russia and even if successful, will not be mass-produced. Meanwhile, the Sukhoi fighter will also be produced in two versions, manned and UAV, capable of patrolling near space and also capable of destroying enemy-guided missiles with a laser system. Many opinions say that simultaneously implementing both the MiG-41 and Su-57 research and development programs is considered quite impossible, because in reality, Russia's defense budget is very limited, and pouring money into two advanced fighter research projects at the same time is extremely unreasonable, even for a country with a lot of money like the United States. According to some experts, creating an aircraft with the speed and features as mentioned will not be easy at all. They express skepticism about the ability of the Russians to achieve ambitious results, especially for unmanned technology. While Russia cannot create a modern unmanned aircraft, creating a remotely controlled interceptor is a much more difficult task. So for now, the MiG-41 remains a myth on the drawing board, and how soon these planes will take to the air is difficult to judge. So what do you think about Russia deploying and testing this stealth aircraft project? Share your opinion in the comments below. Please like and share this video with military enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the latest technology information here. Thanks and see you again.